Hey, and welcome to Zista's new and improved local website builder. It's exactly what it says in the tin. You can use it on demand to generate websites for local SEO that you can then rank locally with highly geo-targeted and highly niche relevant content. You can make them either as static HTML sites and upload them to a cloud host of your choice, or you can push them to WordPress using either our plugin or our one-click WordPress theme. There are two different ways, roughly, to generate a local website. There is the basic automatic mode or the more customizable advanced mode. Let's go through the automatic mode first things first. And there are also two different ways in which you can enter your business information in here. If you already have a Google Business profile, great. You can simply search for it as you would a regular Google Maps search. And be sure to include a geo modifier such as your target city or your target zip code to make sure that you are selecting the right GMB. So in this instance, let's just use a random example business like a public storage in a certain zip code in Houston. So I'm going to search for public storage, Houston, Texas 77062, and then search for a profile. And let's choose the one on Gulf Freeway in Webster, Texas. Wait a moment while Zizta fetches the business details. Now, quick note that in order to verify that Zizta pulls the business address into the listing, because Zizta will display a business's name, address, and phone number, you'll want to go into the advanced mode. Go to contact information, click in edit, and sure enough, we can see that Zizta has pulled in the business information, the contact and the address and the phone number, and also the link for the Google Map embed. It's imported the business working hours. Now that we know that Zizta has gone ahead and added this information, we can go ahead and fill out the rest of the details. Now, if you don't already have a business, have a GMB profile, or you're just creating something from scratch, you can select manually add profile. Now, do keep in mind that to import the name, address, and phone number, you want to have that business information already filled out inside of Clients Manager. To do that, go to Clients Manager, select the client you're managing or create them if you haven't yet done so, and then edit or create the business in question, and then fill out the name, address, and phone number and business hours right here, and of course the social media links. Once that's done, you fill out the rest. And if you're creating a business from scratch, you will have to select a matching GMB category. We have a complete list of the available categories in Google My Business here. Obviously, you would select the one that is as close a match to your business as possible, and the same category that you would select for your business if you were to create and verify a GMB for it. Luckily, since this is an existing business, it's already been pre-selected for you. Next, you go to the services section. Zizta has a predefined list of services for each of the business categories. As you select each of these, Zizta is going to generate a page for each of these services on your local website so that Google will know what you offer and customers will know what you offer. Secure storage units, climate-controlled storage units, on-site surveillance. Actually, let's leave that off. Packing and moving supplies, and I think that's pretty much enough. And of course, if you want to add your own custom service that is not listed on this list, you are welcome to enter it in here. Next is the images. There are two ways in which Zista's site builders can include images into your website. Either you can use the Pexels stock photo search engine or the Flux AI image generator. In either case, we highly recommend keeping your image keywords to 1 or 2 words at the most, because that will ensure the best and most relevant images. So let's assume you're using Pexels. Let's just quickly search. I'm going to search for, let's say, storage. We're getting there, but not quite. Storage unit. We're getting closer. That's more like it. Now keep in mind that some searches may pull up more relevant than others, but let's just stick with this for the time being. Storage unit. Next, you'll want to select your target geography. Let's start with the target country or countries, in this case, the United States. Go to Texas, and then let's select our target cities. This storage unit is located in Webster, so we're going to target that. And there are some nearby suburbs in the city of Houston, so let's select those as well. Clear Lake City is one that comes to mind. Let's see if there's anything else. We can select one other random suburb just so we can see just so that you can see what the results are for multiple suburbs. And then let's just select also Galveston as an example. And when you select another city that has suburbs, you can also add the suburbs for that city as well. What Zizta is going to do is it's going to create pages for each city and state, as well as each neighborhood, but also a things to do and places to visit page for each of the neighborhoods that you select in each city, which is very good for geo-relevance. It teaches Google that your site or your business has something to do or it has some kind of familiarity with that location. And I'm going to show you to you what they look like later. Next is the website structure type. There are two different overall structures that you can select. While we also have the advanced internal linking structure feature, this determines the overall basic structure of your local sites. And this is the new and improved feature that we have just introduced upon the request of many local SEOs. We want to make sure that no local SEO is left out because many of our customers have requested that we include a combined service and location page structure because in local SEO, many of the exact target queries combine the location and service. So for example, a target query would be Webster self-storage units or self-storage units in Webster, Houston self-storage units or self-storage units in Houston. Instead of separating the service and the location into different pages, what we're doing here is we're combining those onto a single page, and we're doing that for each of the cities and each of the neighborhoods, which is how a lot of local SEOs prefer to do it. So if this is how you want to do it, then I highly recommend selecting this option. Right now, I just want to show you what the overall structure looks like. So let's just select the service and location pages separately. Next is the search from location. This tells the AI what geographic location it's going to pull content from. In this case, I want to do Webster, Texas, since that's where the business is located. Choose your website language, American English, Commonwealth English. This all depends on wherever you're targeting. Select the number of supporting articles you want to create for each service, and Zizta is going to create supporting articles relevant to each of the services so your site is fleshed out with more content. Next, this is where you select the image model that you want to use for your services and supporting articles. We're going to leave it at Flux so that you can see what it's capable of in terms of generating photorealistic images. Lastly, when you click on generate, you're going to get warned exactly how much credits your site is going to consume. Now, if you want to make any changes, now is the time to do it because you want to be conscious of your credit consumption and how much it's going to take out of your balance. You're also going to see how much of each of the types of pages is going to create. If you don't want to make any other changes, click OK, and let's see what happens. It'll take a few minutes for Zizta to generate each site, so sit back and relax and wait as the AI handles the heavy load of generating all that local relevant and niche relevant content. And we're live. Let's click on the generate to preview to see what the site looks like. Bear in mind that the site may be on a queue, so it might take a couple minutes before the preview becomes available. And here's our previewed site. As we can see here, we've got a reference to the business address right over here, the business name. The local site builder generates a tagline for the business and a basic description, as well as a call to action imploring customers to call the phone number. You can make this anything you want. For example, you could make this a tracking phone number if you want to attribute calls and leads specifically to this local site. And right over here, we can see a slider containing all the service pages that Zizta has generated. And check this out. Thanks to the Flux image model, we have some very nice looking photorealistic images with text and captions. It's not going to be perfect. AI can be a little bit weird about the text, but this is a very good representation. AI summary of the business and what it offers. Business hours. There's a testimonial section, but obviously you'll want to replace these with real testimonials just to make sure to comply with FTC regulations or whatever the equivalent of those are in your country if that's not the United States. And then we have the blog section showing the supporting articles. Down here we have an embed of the business's map, including the area served, and then another contact information at the bottom. Here's a service page containing an abundance of relevant content about the service in question. Here is the city or neighborhood page containing information about Clear Lake City, pull of course from local search results, and then these have internal links back to each of the services. Now let's check out the things to do and places to visit page. Keep in mind that those pages are only accessible from the sitemap and not from the website navigation. Things to do and places to visit in Clear Lake City, Houston. And check this out. It's got information about the NASA Space Center and the map for the NASA Space Center right below it. The Armand Bayou Nature Center, information about it, and the map for that hotspot right below it. The Kima Boardwalk, same deal. These are all real tourist attractions in the Clear Lake City area. FAQs about all these tourist attractions. And when you select advanced mode and go to the internal linking structure, it's also going to create links out from the things to do and places to visit to relevant pages on your local site. Now remember how I mentioned the combined service and location page structure, the advanced version. I'm going to show you an example of what one of those sites looks like. So I'm going to go over to this Best Gold IRA Company site. Let's check out the preview. And it looks similar, same theme, but the differences will start appearing when you go to the service areas. So let's first go to Houston. And notice how the layout is different. Houston is in the H1 in title, yes, but it also lists each of the services that you specified when generating the site, and it has an optimized description for each. And then there's an areas served section at the bottom. Check this out. Gold bullion purchases, that's one service. And it has a page for each of the cities corresponding to the service. Bel Air West gold bullion purchases, Bel Air Junction gold bullion purchases, and Clear Lake City gold bullion purchases. Same deal for each of the different services. Let's check out what one of these looks like. Gold bullion purchases Bel Air West Houston. See what I mean by a page that targets the exact query in question. And it has content that is optimized specifically towards this query, combining the locality with the service and incorporating LSIs and other local LSIs entities and other local keywords into it. Canadian Gold Maple Leaf mentions specific gold bullion products. So you can see the kind of benefits this would have, especially if if you prefer this kind of local SEO targeting. Of course, we also have all the other service pages. And the service pages also send internal links back to each of the service and city pages. So it creates links all around those internal pages and distributes the link juice more evenly. Now let's check out the advanced mode. Let's see what else you can do in the advanced mode. Of course, you fill out all the same details as you would in the automatic mode. Business category, services, images, your target geography, your website structure type, and all that. But then there are also additional features such as the titles of your supporting articles. You can manually customize those or let Zizta generate them as you wish. Another thing I wanted to mention is that if you want to see a complete hierarchy and list of target areas that you've selected, you can click in the drop down next to the country, next to the state, and next to the cities, and then you'll see an entire list of whatever you've selected. Okay, we got our services set up, we got our images set up. Next, let's select the advanced website structure, set our search from location. In this case, it's going to be Houston. And you can set the supporting articles for each of the services, but also the advanced mode will let you customize it and create a supporting article for each service and location page. That means the combined service and location pages. So you'll see that Zizta will generate supporting articles for notarizing documents Clear Lake City, notarizing documents Bel Air Junction, and that creates more internal links that you could either internal pages that you can either rank that are geo-relevant or send backlinks to, and it spreads the link juice among all the pages. You're welcome to create external authority outbound links if that's a part of your strategy. If you don't want to include certain websites, you can choose to paste those URLs into the negative external links list. Next, Zizta gives you a choice of themes and color schemes to give your site style. Let's see how the Noir Brilliance theme looks. This is very green. Actually, I think I might prefer the Neon Forest for this particular site. That's more like it. You can upload a logo for your business, and the site will display at the top left. And then you can select a fave icon, which is the icon that the browser bar will display to the left of the title and the tab. Next, you can customize the anchor text and the contextual linking from supporting articles to service pages. You can make it either the exact max service name, make it the service name and city and suburb, and create as many variants as you want, or manually add anchor text for each of the supporting articles. There is pretty much no limit to how you can do the internal linking inside of the local website builder. Next is the internal linking scheme. You have a variety of all the different internal linking techniques available to choose from. Let's select the most advanced one, star linking. The service pages, city and service pages, and the local pages will link among each other. Next is the website options. In the add header scripts and tags, this is where you add your tracking code site-wide, such as Google Analytics or any other tracking pixel. Header and footer HTML is if you want to add your own custom content in HTML to the top or the bottom, the header and the footer of the site. That is actually visible content. Robots.txt, you can toggle that on and off, but I would highly recommend including it as it tells the search engines what to crawl and what not to crawl. Add index HTML to homepage link. You can include the author name, which I recommend if you want each of the articles to show as authored by the business. Chloe, Mobile Notary Services, Houston, Texas. Next, if you have social media links for your business and you didn't create them already in the Clients Manager, now is the time to add it, and you can add them to the header and the footer. Contact information for the business. This is where you enter your name, address, phone number, business email, and copy and paste the map embed from Google. What you do is you search your business on Google, go to the share section, copy the map embed iframe code, and there's going to be URL inside of that iframe code. You're going to want to get that and paste that URL in there. Business hours. If your business is closed on the certain days of the week, you simply mark those as holiday. If your business is open 24 hours in a day, you toggle that on for each day that is open 24 hours. Otherwise, you set your business working hours on each of the days. Add a table of contents to pages. Privacy policy and terms of use are EAT elements, so those convey an element of trust to Google as well as to users. Add a sitemap page. Now, this is super important. A sitemap is what you use to tell Google and Bing and all the other search engines what pages you have in the local site, and so the bots are going to crawl them a lot more easily. So to do that, you'll want to paste your website domain in here. Be sure to preface it with an HTTPS, the colon, and double slashes, because Zizta is going to integrate the link format into the XML sitemaps. And be sure to have a domain in mind when you're entering this setting. If you don't, that's okay. You can always customize and update it later before uploading it to your domain of choice. Adding an RSS feed is something that some SEOs do for the purposes of backlinking. Adding an H1 to all pages is very highly recommended. Showing a publish date on each of the articles. Language and country inside the page header are highly recommended, especially if you're targeting only one country. So for instance, if your business was in Canada, then you would select Canada, especially because the search engine results in Canada are different, and do consider little signals like this when it comes to tailoring Canadian sites for that target geography. We're just targeting the US, so we'll leave it as is. And lastly, add a table of contents to the blogs. Click and generate. Do you want to proceed? See how much credits it's going to consume. Change it if you wish. And then let it rip. All right, and we're live. Check out how the different theme we selected gives life to your local business. And now, let's check out the internal linking structure. Now we're in the blog section and we're in one of the supporting posts. You can see an external link to Department of Health and Human Services of Texas. We have links to related posts. Let's see, does a notary have to witness a signature in Texas? External link. Witnessing signatures, Clear Lake City, Houston. So we can see that the supporting articles link out to relevant services. That is the service and geo pages on the site. And we can see internal links to the supporting pages as well. Witnessing signatures, Clear Lake City, Houston. So there's an internal link from this article as well. So what we're seeing here is the articles are linking among each other, and they're also linking out to the service and city pages so that it spreads link juice all throughout the website. Let's see what the things to do and places to go pages look like now. Check out the Bel Air West page. It looks similar, except we've got links out to the location page, Bel Air West. So what this is going to do is this is going to send link juice through the location page, which will send link juice through all of these city and service pages. Link juice is going to distribute among all the pages in this website, and it's going to rank better. Remember, sites that you generate using Local Website Builder or any of our site builders can be uploaded as a static HTML site using either our Upload to Cloud feature to many different cloud services, or to WordPress using one of two options, and I'm going to explain both of them. Generate WordPress theme is if you want to import the theme that you already set when generating the website, and it's going to copy the entire look and feel from our local website builder and all the content and all the internal links in just one click. You simply click in this link, you'll get a download of the WordPress theme, you upload it to WordPress, and it's going to import all the content and posts. Or if you want to integrate the site into your existing theme and style, you can use the push to WordPress option, which gives you a plugin that you put an API key into, and it's going to import all the content into your existing WordPress site. If you have any questions about local website builder or any of our other features, you can pop a question into the chat box at the lower right, or you can join and network with other SEOs that are using Zizta in our Facebook or Skype community. Thank you so much for watching, and happy SEOing.